Hi everyone, and welcome back to Herzography. I'd like to bring up something that I've noticed that a number of photographers are making YouTubes on accessories for cameras, specifically for the Nikon Z8. And there's an important accessory that seems to be left out of most of these videos, so I'd like to address that. So let me start with some of my experiences that I've had while I've been shooting. Now, if you're shooting a waterfall or even maybe a seascape where you have some waves coming in and the waves are crashing on the rocks or on a lighthouse, and you want to capture that specific moment in time, that instant, that pure, right when that wave will crest, you capture that moment. So in looking at a situation like that, as you know, with landscape photography, we are usually going to use the delayed shutter release that's in our cameras. These beautiful electronic shutters do give us 2 seconds and then longer after that. And it's really important to keep our cameras as vibration free as possible so that we get a good sharp image. That being said, yes, I use my self-timer in the camera a lot of the times when I'm doing landscape photography. But when it comes to that situation where I'm wanting to capture that specific instant in time, like a wave cresting, and there's other instances where you just want to capture that moment right away, you have to use something else, like a cable release. A cable release is going to save you. There are expensive ones, there are inexpensive ones, but a cable release, even though it seems old-fashioned because we used these back in the film days, they are still a necessary accessory for today's landscape photographer. This particular one, Nikon, all the other manufacturers have them where they have a display and all kinds of options and different functions that you can use on here, and all of those functions are available in our current cameras. So do you need something like this? Probably not. Would you like to use something like this? Well, having this display on here and being able to play around with the intervalometer and things like that, that can be nice to use instead of going through your camera's menu system. I personally don't use something like this anymore. I find that it's just a little too cumbersome for my needs out in the field. This one, and once again, I'll have a link to both of these down below. And there's a number of manufacturers that make these very, very simple cable release. There's no battery in here. So this is purely just, you know, push it and shoot, push and shoot, and capture that instant in time. So I would suggest using and carrying around a very inexpensive cable release like this. These for Nikons are camera specific because they have this strange plug on the end. Many of the other manufacturers are generic where they work with a number of different cameras. Nikon is different. But so check to make sure your compatibility when you're ordering one of these. But once again, very inexpensive and very necessary to keep in your bag. They're very light. They take up very little room, if anything at all. I know you can use, there are different applications that sometimes will interface with your camera and your cell phone. I've tried them before. I don't like all of the specific controls of trying to hook up my phone to the Bluetooth on the camera and then trying to get it to go off right at that specific time right away, and then all of a sudden it didn't go off, and Then I have to start playing around with the menu in the camera and the menu system in my phone. No, I'm not going to deal with any of that. I want to keep it simple out in the field. I'll just plug in something like this and get that shot right when I want to. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on this accessory that I find to be very useful and very necessary. And please subscribe, and so you'll be notified of new videos coming up again real soon. And thank you for joining me. Bye for now.